So I'm going to call the February 28th meeting of the Select Board of Marshfield, Massachusetts to order. If you will join me with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As a reminder that this meeting is being recorded by MCTV. Before we get started, I'd just like to make a brief announcement. As many people know, I have been on the Board of Selectmen for 3 years. I was elected in 2019, and I have made the decision to run for re-election. It's been a crazy 3 years, I would have to say. Very fast and furious 3 years. And in a lot of ways, it's hard to believe it's already been that long. As most people know, in 2020, everyone knows, we had a massive pandemic, and
we remember that.
We turned our attention to that as a board, and with empowering our town administrator and the other town leaders, we were able to open the shot clinic and able to give tens of thousands of shots. And you know, we're under construction of 4 major buildings, and just a lot of good things have happened in the last 3 years, and I'd like the opportunity to continue serving the town of Marshfield. So I'm officially on the ballot, and I look forward to continuing to serve the town. So just want to make that announcement.
Excellent.
So next item is the town administrator report, Mr. Moresco.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The week of February 7th, I had a meeting with PMA, project manager for the police project, and we went over a number of issues facing the project as we're winding down and getting very close to completion of the police project. We went over those issues. I had a meeting that week also with the Emory Senate regarding a assessor issue on King Philip's Path. Had a meeting with Lisa Clark and Ann Bastille regarding budget items and information we're preparing for town meeting. We had a weekly owner, architect, and construction meeting with PMA and G&R Construction to review some change orders relating to the lobby at the police station, some painting issues on the inside. We had a meeting with Good Energy. That is our energy consultant that's working on aggregate electric. We're finally moving ahead. DPU, as I had reported to the board a month or so ago, had the public hearing. Now we're beginning to move forward with some of our other surrounding towns in aggregate electric. Participated in a planning group for the Marshfield school system on joining the South Shore Regional Vocational Technical School, and I know Mr. Rowland, our chairman, joined me at that. We had a meeting with my treasurer collector on budget issues, capital budget issues in preparation for the advisory board. Meeting with Tom Reynolds, DPW superintendent, to discuss DPW issues, including plowing issues. Participated in Eversource webinar on electricity shortages during winter months. Communities could potentially have power losses, like the summer brownouts. Maybe they'll call these whiteouts for 4 to 6 hour shifts if needed, if there's a major drawdown of power. Now with Plymouth Nuclear Power Plant closed and potentially oil and gas being shut off from other areas, we're dependent on some of those fuels, and it could create a problem for ISO New England. So they started to warn us, and Artie Shaw and our ELC will keep everyone updated. Attended the DPW biweekly construction meeting with Page Construction. What Page is doing, as I mentioned to the board, that project's going to kick off on March 1st. Once we had engaged with them, signed all the contract, they immediately, because there's such a delay in getting stock and materials, began ordering the stock and materials that are necessary for that project. I had lunch with Selectman Kilcoyne to review a number of issues that he is working on. Attended the Marshfield Chamber of Commerce annual meeting at Green Harbor Golf Course in their new restaurant, Winslow's. Participated and attended the Capital Budget Committee meeting to review the FY23 capital needs with Lisa and Ann. Attended a DPW meeting with Selectman Darcy and the Marshfield Chamber regarding the town's sewer and water plants, including potential build-out and expansion and plans that they had to maintain those services. Meeting with the Board of Health Director Gary Russo, Lisa Clark, and Ann Bastille to review the Board of Health's FY22 and FY23 budget. Conducted a meeting with Selectman Darcy and department heads to review the types of grants being explored by our department heads and the time frame for those grants, so that we're not competing with one another, and we're working with the chamber to make sure that we're not competing with the chamber or vice versa. Meeting with Lisa and Ann to review school needs regarding additional capital. Conference call with Tom Scollins, Chair of the Advisory Board, to answer some questions he had regarding the FY23 budget. Participated in the interview with candidates to replace Eric Flint, the Assistant Conservation person, with the committee consisted of Danielle Kerrigan, our HR Director, Bill Grafton, the department head, and Craig, the Chair of the Conservation Commission. We'll be doing 5 interviews. Had an interview with WATD regarding the test kit giveaway Sunday 2/13. Had a meeting with Matt Parent, our energy consultant, on ongoing green status and plan to date. Matt will be coming before the Board of Selectmen in the next, either the first or the second meeting in March, to update everyone on the plan for 3035. Had a meeting with Josh Cutler to review issues and concerns and needs for our town. Josh, as folks know, with redistricting, now represents a portion of the town of Marshfield. So we're fortunate we now have 2 reps, and that gives us 2 votes in the House. The week of the 14th, PMA meeting to review potential issues regarding change orders with the police project, including some ground issues, some lobby issues, and some painting issues. Interview, and also IT issues. Interview with Conservation Commission. Had a meeting with Fred Russell and Matt Parent to go over some electrical needs that we're looking at making some green improvements in school and town buildings. Had my department head meeting. We went over budget issues, personnel issues, winter dress code, other issues including COVID testing in preparation for town meeting and the joint meeting. Police Building Committee meeting to review and vote change orders at Library Plaza. Weekly owner-architect meeting on the police project at Library Plaza. Interview with the remaining candidates for the Conservation Commission. Attended the advisory board meeting with Lisa and Ann to review and answer questions on various budgets. Gas pipe break off of Webster Street. Work with the fire chief, the deputy fire chiefs, and Eversource to get the gas power restored. Breakfast meeting with Chairman Rowland to review some ongoing issues that he's working on. Meeting with Lisa and Ann to review free cash needs for our departments. Meeting with Superintendent of Schools Jeff Granatino and the Assistant Superintendent Tom Miller to discuss potential use of the Alamo with a combined school and town project. Meeting with Building, Town Council, Planning, Conservation, ZBA on a potential development issue on Forge Lane. Meeting with Labor Council and Police Chief on some ongoing labor issue. Dinner meeting with Selectman Darcy to discuss some continuing projects that he is working on. Participated in a Board of Health meeting with Danielle and Gary regarding interviews for the Assistant Director position. Contract opening with Fred and Tony for services in the chamber. Meeting with Jim Kilcoyne and discussion on Marshfield Housing Partnership issue regarding agendas for upcoming meetings, file storage, offices, and a new staff person. Meeting with PMA to resolve some disputed issues on the police project. Meeting with Fred Russell and a vendor for streetlights. You know, as folks know, we've been continuing to go green in Marshfield. We were, a vendor had approached us. Fred had met this gentleman, and he's a consultant. And we're going to be looking at the streetlights. First thing we want to do is get Eversource on their dime to convert all of our streetlights from sodium lights to LED lights, and then we'll be interested in taking over those. There's federal and state money out there for us to be able to do that. We're going to look into it because it'll be much more cost-effective, plus lower rates on the electrical use. Week of February 21st, meeting with Dan and Lisa, deal with some budgetary issues. Phone meeting with Dan Plauder to review the Council on Aging construction budget and try to bring to a close that project. Working with GNR Construction on the carports and the installation of the carports at the police station. First meeting of the hoarding task force in the chamber last week. Andrew, our building commissioner, brought this idea forward. We had a number of our departments, fire, police, that were in that deal with these issues. They see these folks, and we want to be able to help them. Meeting with Chief Hawking to review clinic operation and time frame for the close down. Meeting with Danielle Kerrigan, HR, Mike Eaton from Meyer regarding a settlement for a school employee. Meeting with Matt Parent, energy consultant, Bill Botigi, members of the Energy Committee, to discuss moving ahead with aggregate electric rollout and timing that's best for our citizens. Meeting with Fred Russell for update on ongoing maintenance issues regarding the building projects, including the outside painting of Town Hall later this spring. Attended the Capital Budget Committee meeting with Lisa and Ian to go over the capital budget requests of our departments. We also had our state senator was there to talk about going green, and he talked about a lot of the programs that we've taken advantage of, and that he's working very closely with me, and it was great for the committee. Meeting with Mary Ann Leonard, Mike DeMayo, Maritime Center last week to discuss potential patrols on the North and South River during the summer months. There's some money available out there. We're going to have to wait and see. We're limited on the types of staff that can go out there under police reform. Only Mike DeMayo, a harbor master, has actual policing authority and can arrest and issue citations. The assistant harbor masters, because they're not professionally police trained under the new reforms, they're not able to issue citations, so we're going to have to look at that. Snowstorm prep for a Friday snowstorm. Meeting with Danielle and Andrew to discuss a new process to handle construction plans as it relates to zoning issues to be more efficient. Meeting with Chief Simpson and Ian Bastille regarding fire department's overtime budget and ambulance. Zoom meeting on the Green Harbor Dredge on Friday, and that is my town administrator report.
Thank you. I just quickly want to say thank you to you and both the chiefs and the departments for being out there on that gas pipeline, the gas pipe break. It was a very cold night, very long night, and you guys, stepped up to the challenge and got everything back online. I know it was a little inconvenient for some people, but with that kind of thing, it can be dangerous, and that I know there was a great amount of coordination there. So thanks so much for that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Do you want to give us an update on the vaccination COVID-19?
Very quickly, yes. So, as to date, at the vaccine clinic at the fairgrounds, we have given out 21,143 vaccines administered since we opened on October 31st. We've done 792 PCR tests for our residents, and we're changing our schedule because as COVID numbers start to come down, it's drastically affected those people that need to be tested. And, of course, we pumped out a lot of home test kits. And we're going to reduce hours to, starting next week, we'll only be open Thursdays and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., either by appointment or walk-in for either the PCR test or to get one of the vaccines. As I shared with the board, we're going to be wrapping up our clinic at the fairgrounds on March 26th, which is a Saturday, last Saturday in March. We'll be moving one of the sheds back here, one to the beach. The one back here, we'll do testing for our employees. We'll stop testing for the time being. Citizens, we don't have the capacity here, nor will we have the staff, but we'll continue to test town employees, both school and general government side. And we'll be working with the Board of Health. We'll be using the clinic next door again. By appointments, people will be able to schedule if they want to come in and get a shot, get a booster. We'll be working that out. But anyone needs testing has to not come in the building and bring a disease, but they can call and they'll be set up on the website on how they're going to do that. And we'll be wrapping up. Some people are sad. Some people really a lot of people look forward to it, especially on the weekends. It's a lot of fun to see people. And we're going to be doing one more giveaway, probably one weeknight next week. We have about a couple of thousand left of home test kits. That will be the last of the 10,000. And I talked to the fire chief, and we thought it might be nice to do something on a weeknight where people are getting off the highway and coming home and doing something like 4 to 7, something in that range, and people on the way home can drive through the fairground and pick up their test kit and head home.
Sure you don't want to do like a helicopter drop where you just throw them out and people are standing underneath trying to catch them? No, that's all seriousness. That's a great report. And again, it is sad in a lot of ways because the communities come so tightly together, but it's also very relieving to know that we're able to leave the town in a better place, and we can step away from this now.
And if the need's there, Mr. Chairman, we can come back. You know, it's one of those things, you know, they're talking, and we get a lot of communication from DPH. There isn't a day that goes by that they're not sending something out to people that are running clinics. You know, they're talking about the need for a fourth vaccine. There's going to be some changes. They may need assistance. So everything's fluid at this moment. We'll just continue to do what we can to protect our residents.
Perfect. Mr. Darcy, do you have any comments, feedback on either?
No.
reports?
No, sir.
Okay, great. Thank you, Mr. Moresco.
Thank you.
I'm going to jump, as I see Mr. Miller's here, Tom Miller's here. I'm going to jump out of order to item number 15, which I'm assuming you're here for discuss and vote on MSBA statement of interest for Martin's.
Thanks, I appreciate
How's it going, Tom?
It's going well. Yeah, this is basically been an annual request for the Martinson roof, working with the MSBA. We've had a number of successful projects with them, the high school, the Furnace Brook roof. And we're also going on parallel, there's two parallel ways we're attacking the roof issues at Martinson. Ms. Moresco and the Energy Committee are looking at solar to pay for the roof. We're completely in favor of that. The school committee voted for that, along with looking at the MSBA as well.
Sure.
So this project we've had in for several years. The MSBA changed their regulations a few years ago to go from 20 years on a roof to 25. So now we're inching up to that 25 mark. So the roof is a 1999 roof. So we're looking at 2024, which would be the completion if it was probably approved at this point. So there's an outside chance we might be approved. It would be similar to our other prior projects in that 55 to 60% reimbursement rate, or 50 to 55% reimbursement rate. But everything that's in the packet and the information is the same as in the past. The school committee is approving this on February 8th, but won't speak for the committee, but I believe they will.
March 8th?
Oh, March 8th, yeah. February 8th.
It's
Still February. We're getting there.
Fast, huh?
We're getting there. We're moving along. Yeah, so the only real the MSBA does want, and I think you may remember this in the past. It's been the MSBA does want the board to read into the minutes the actual language, and I don't know if you
have
that
that,
language.
yeah.
So that's besides that, everything is similar to in the past, and we look for your approval and move forward on that path along with the path of the solar.
Yeah, so that's exciting about solar. I think it's great. We're always looking for opportunities to create more opportunities for green energy, but also to improve infrastructure, and it's a good win-win possibility. But like you said, this is something that you've done in the past. It's been successful with MSBA. Yeah, I have no questions. I think it's perfect. So,
No questions.
no questions. All right, so I'm going to read this into record. Resolved, having convened in an open meeting on February 28th, 2022, prior to the statement of interest submission closing date, the Board of Selectmen of the Town of Marshfield, in accordance with its charter, bylaws, and ordinances, has voted to authorize the superintendent to submit to the Massachusetts School Building Authority the statement of interest form dated March 8th, 2022, for the Martinson Elementary School located at 257 Forest Street, Marshfield, Massachusetts, which describes and explains the following deficiencies and the priority categories for which an application may be submitted to the Massachusetts School Building Authority in the future for the replacement of roofing systems, and hereby further specifically acknowledges that by submitting this statement of interest form, the Massachusetts School Building Authority in no way guarantees the acceptance or the approval of an application, the awarding of a grant, or any other funding commitment from the Massachusetts School Building Authority, or commits the town to filing an application for funding with the Massachusetts School Building Authority. So I'll make a motion to recommend this.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Excellent.
good?
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Tom.
I'll need a signature from you, Chris. So
Oh.
I'll leave with Kate.
Yeah, do you want me to just do
Take
it?
care of it right now?
Yeah,
Perfect.
that way you don't have to come back.
Then we won't have to worry about that.
I think we can do that
And then all I need is Nerese to.
to notarize it. Are you good? Are we good with this?
Yeah, you had already actually signed one, but you had missed a spot. Is
Oh.
it two spots that you need to sign?
Oh, it is? Oh,
So,
well,
sorry, got one.
here, let me just, what did I miss?
Oh, there's multiple ones?
Oh,
Or just two copies of the same thing?
I don't know.
Either one's fine.
I'll sign
Yeah,
both of them.
sign them.
It's better to have more signatures.
Get as many as you can, right?
Yeah, someplace inside there.
Is there another signature on here? Oh.
Further up towards the front. Okay.
Awesome.
Excellent.
There you go, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
Take care.
Yeah, see you soon. See you on on the, what, 15th? The run?
19th.
19th.
And you're welcome to come. You're welcome to come up to the Venus deck and hang out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Miss Brady will be there. She's on. She's up on Zoom. So.
Great event. Glad to be getting that back to normal.
Yeah, hopefully
Yeah.
it looks, knock on wood, we have good weather and everything.
No
goes
snow,
well.
right.
No snow.
No
right.
snow.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much. Have a
Thanks.
nice night.
Thank you.
All right, so I'll move back to item number 1, which is discussion and vote on sending letter in opposition to proposed discharge of radioactive water from Pilgrim Nuclear Power Plant into Cape Cod Bay. Mr. Moresco?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, as you may have read in the paper, Holtec, is decommissioning the nuclear power plant. One of the things that they're talking about is the water that was in the containment that kept the nuclear reactor cool and kept it from having the China syndrome effect on it. They had made mention about dumping that into Cape Cod Bay, which would be detrimental. As folks know, Marshfield's the 4th or 5th largest lobster landing in Massachusetts. That would be dumping that type of radioactive water into Cape Cod Bay would do tremendous harm to the shellfish industry, to the lobster industry in particular, and it's the other communities that are surrounding us from Plymouth all the way up to Quincy are concerned about that. And I know the board's very concerned, so I will put together a letter for us to send off to all the appropriate people, requesting that they don't do something so irresponsible that it would harm shellfish in our area.
No, absolutely, and I appreciate that. I think we've all individually expressed our concern, and some of our citizens have also expressed the concern. So it's great to, put a letter together. I know it starts all the way up to our senators and our congressmen and women. The concern is there on a bigger level as well. So, and obviously our state senator and state reps. So, thanks for doing that. Any questions or comments?
Yeah, I want to eat two-headed lobster, so.
Yeah, no.
Or different colored
I mean,
ones.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get a lot of meat out of two heads, so
Well, they're easier to find if they glow in the dark, right?
two-tail lobster, that could be something.
Yeah.
Oh, you think?
You guys
All right.
covered it? No, we don't want it in the bay.
No, absolutely. So, so the board moves to authorize the town administrator to draft a letter in opposition to the proposed discharge of radioactive water from the Pilgrim Nuclear Power Plant into Cape Cod Bay for the board's signature.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Great. Next item is, don't have my agenda. Discuss and vote on new appointment to Waterways Committee, Brendan Coyne. I personally know Mr. Coyne. He's been the chair of the Trails Committee. He also is, he's in something else too, isn't he?
He's involved with the Recreation Trails
Oh, right,
Committee. And Mr. Chairman, he's into lobstering
and lobstering too, so he probably doesn't want
and the
water.
Historic Commission.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, right, Historic Commission. So I think he would be an excellent addition to the Waterways Committee. I have no questions.
No questions.
Anything?
It'll be a great addition.
So the board moves to appoint Brendan Coyne as a new member of the Waterways Commission.
Second.
Committee. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next, discussion and vote on new appointment to the ZBA. I know we had, do you want to?
Sure, if I may, yeah, actually, Mr. Chairman, Lynn Federer, Chair of the ZBA, she did meet with Grover Hensley on Friday, and she conveyed to me that they had a great meeting, and she thinks that he would be a great fit for the committee.
Yeah, since you're here, Lynn, do you want to say anything?
We had a lengthy discussion. Nancy was participating in this little meeting here in the town hall on Friday. It was nice to see somebody so interested in what we do on the zoning board of appeals. He's been in front of the zoning board of appeals. He's a Quincy firefighter. I'm a father of 3. He's very well spoken, seemed to be very interested in our bylaws, have done a lot of studying, preparing for a little powwow. So I'm excited to have another person join the board and look forward to anybody else joining the list for potential candidates in the future.
Great, thanks, that's great feedback, yeah.
Thank you for having him in front of you. this
No,
evening.
absolutely, he looks great. Obviously, he's got a lot of experience,
Yep.
both as a fireman and as a builder or as a cabinet designer, so, looks good. I don't have any questions. Do you?
No questions.
All right, questions?
It'll be a great addition.
Great. The board moves to appoint Grover Hensley Jr. as an associate member of the Zoning Board of Appeals.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great. Welcome to him.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Next, discussion and vote on approval of host community agreement between VRT Corp. and Media Partners MRV LLC. Mr. Moresco.
So, Mr. Chairman, as folks know, about a year and a half ago, VRT came before us. They were moving forward with putting an electronic sign up on Route 3A. Just recently, maybe less than 2 months ago, they were before us on some tree cutting that had to be approved. The board had to sign off on some tree cutting on 3A. The Department of Transportation requires abutting towns to sign off, so they're gonna cut some of the trees in the median so you can see the sign from both sides of the road. And this is sort of the final piece, and this is the host agreement, much like you saw with marijuana facilities. It's a host agreement for the sign and the ability for them to be able to assign the host agreement to other entities. Town Council Robert Galvin reviewed it. He had no issues, and therefore it's on the agenda for you folks to take the final step, approve it, and sign it.
Great. Yeah, I looked through it. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, they're definitely putting the billboard up, and, I mean, just, this kind of finalizes everything.
Once the trees are cut, you'll really be able to see it.
Yeah.
If you drive down the end of the road, you can see it, but on 3A, it's still obstructed until they cut some of the trees down.
Yeah, you really have to look for it, right?
Yeah.
Unless you know where it's at, but, yeah. I have no questions.
No questions.
Anything?
Just a clarification, this is going to be on Lot 1 Enterprise Drive on Route 3, right, Michael?
That is correct.
Just so the citizens know, not 3A.
3. Did I say 3A? Sorry
Yeah.
about that. Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
good catch.
Good catch.
Because everyone knows it's 3A.
Really? Yeah, that's it.
We're at 3A, we
Yes.
put that
Where's
sign.
that at?
Thank you.
All right.
worries.
Anything else?
No.
Great. So the board moves to vote approval of the host community agreement between VRT Corporation and Media Partners MRV LLC effective February 15th, 2022.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, discussion and vote on approval of complete streets policy. Mr. Moresco?
So, Mr. Chairman, it's kind of a unique situation. A previous board a few years ago had approved the Complete Street program. It's best practices on complete street policy, any roadway, any trails, any access points, et cetera, have to meet certain qualifications to create the best access for all of our citizens, whether walking or riding or pushing carriages or people that have physical challenges, et cetera. So this is back before the board to approve this. This also includes, transit and bus stops and any other type of transportation-related things that we do in here. So it's before the board to be adopted. It was last adopted by the board on the 15th of August, 2019.
Right.
And then something happened to the paperwork But the DPW needs the board to do this so that they can move forward on their end of the Complete Streets program.
No, it makes sense. I was part of that board at the time, so I approved it then, so I'm good with it. Anything?
No questions.
Anything?
No, it seems like a great plan.
Excellent. So the board moves to adopt the Complete Streets policy effective February 28th, 2022.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, discussion and vote on change in term expiration date for new appointment to Marshfield Housing Authority, Cecilia Delgadillo, sorry.
So this is, so when there were two positions that the Housing Authority sent us, and somehow the dates got interchanged. But the date for Celia, her expiration of her term, when it was approved at the Selectmen's meeting, was approved for 5/1/2023, but that is for their person that lives there. The board needs to vote the date of 8/1/2025 for this individual, for Celia.
Okay. That makes sense. No questions?
No questions.
No.
Okay. So the board moves to amend the term of expiration for Cecilia Delgadillo for the Marshfield Housing Authority from May 1st, 2023, adopted at the Select Board meeting of February 7th, 2022, to August 1st, 2025.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next, discussion and vote on application for peddler's license J&B Food Services, LLC, DBA Bone and Bread. This looks pretty straightforward. This is a food truck. They want to do things at Stillwagon and other places that make sense, probably some events. Everything seems to be in order. So I have no questions.
No questions.
Anything?
No questions, sir.
Okay. So the board moves to approve a peddler's license for J&B Food Services LLC, DBA Bone and Bread, pending approval from the MPD and Board of Health, and that all taxes have been paid.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, discussion and vote on request for permission to accept donations for veteran services. Looks like we have two donations totaling $750. The town of Marshfield Veteran Services is requesting permission to accept these. So one of them is $500 Brian Caswell in memory of his father David Caswell, and $250 from the Marshfield KWVA. So I appreciate these donations from Mr. Caswell and the KWVA. I have no questions.
No questions.
Anything?
No, it's very nice of Mr. Caswell and also the KWVA.
Great. So the board moves to accept a donation on behalf of Marshfield's Veteran Service for their gift account in the amount of $500 from Brian Caswell in memory of his father David Caswell, and $250 from the Korean War Veterans Association. The donations will be used to assist our veterans and their families in their time of need.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, next, discussion and vote on naming authorized reporter preparer for ARPA funding, Lisa Clark. Ms. Clark's not here, so Ms. Maresco?
Yes, so it's very simple. The board, ARPA requires two people to be authorized. I'm one of the authorized folks, and then we have the actual authorizer, who is the treasurer-collector, and when Patrick left, we had appointed Joe Fleming. Joe Fleming was the interim. He's gone now. We have a treasurer-collector, Lisa Clark, so she now would be the person that takes over the actual filling out of the forms.
Right, pretty straightforward. I have no questions.
No questions.
No questions.
Okay, so the board moves to name Lisa Clark, the town of Marshfield's treasurer-collector, as the authorized reporter preparer for ARPA funding, replacing Joseph Fleming.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Next, discussion and vote on request for permission to deficit spend snow and ice budget, $350,000. Mr. Maresco.
So, Mr. Chairman, as folks know, the snow and ice is one of those accounts that you can run a deficit on and pay at the end of the year. We've had a number of instances of snow. One big storm where we had about 24 inches of snow, and a number of smaller storms, icing issues, etc. DPW needs an additional $350. After this past weekend storm, they'll need to come back to us because they're low again and we'll have to approve at the next meeting some additional money, but at this particular meeting, they're asking a deficit spend up to $350,000, added to the $292 that they already spent, brings them up to $620, $390.26.
Okay. So that amount, it's a estimate, or is it to cover what's already been done?
This will cover what's already been done. In fact, they're already back in the red again after this weekend, and I'm sure they'll have to be out tonight and attacking black ice and stuff like that, so.
Let's say, yeah, it hasn't really let up as far as the
No.
cold goes, so,
And then the advisory board will take it up tomorrow night.
great. Yeah, hopefully this will be the last snowstorm, but we'll see. Any questions or concerns?
No questions.
Snow and ice is expensive.
It is. It's hard to believe it costs that much money to move frozen water. It's moving it around. All right, the board moves to approve the request by the DPW to deficit spend the snow and ice budget by $350,000.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, discussion vote on declaration of equipment as surplus for auction destruction. Looks like we always have these favorite things. Looks like someone left a stand-up desk attachment on a chair, and we need to declare it surplus, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
And there's a list from the fire department of some
Oh, right.
obsolete material.
Let me get that. Yeah, so from Chief Simpson, there is a number of things that they have found that are either obsolete or in disrepair. 6 chairs, a table, a typewriter, assortment of damaged radio parts, 2 containers of obsolete firefighter training manuals, 1 obsolete phone, a box of outdated radio wires and parts, and 3 unrepairable ladders. So, all right, I'm good with that.
Good with that, yeah.
I'm surprised they have a typewriter.
Yeah, man.
I mean, who has typewriters?
Someone should sell that. It's probably.
We're gonna see if we can sell it. Lisa's gonna see if we can
It's almost a
Honestly,
collectible
sell
at
that,
this
yeah.
point.
There are people.
Yeah.
There are people out there that have gone back to writing. I don't want to get into it, but typewriting, and it's
Yeah.
actually a thing, kind of like vinyl. You know,
Yeah.
everyone's getting back into
There's
it.
more
It's tough.
people-
That's
there's,
where,
uh,
that's where,
Talking about typewriters.
That's right. He did. Yeah.
that's
more
where
people-
CC, carbon copy, came from.
Yeah,
Yeah. Carbon copy. Yeah.
You make a mistake, you had to start over.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there's more people that have never seen a typewriter.
Right.
It's true. Definitely not touched one. So, all right. So the board moves to declare a stand-up desk attachment as a surplus item, along with the list of items from the fire department's inventory.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next meeting, they're gonna find a BlackBerry.
BlackBerry, that's another one. It's the next 20 years. Discussion and vote on permission to route Cape Cod Getaway through Marshfield, 6/25/2022. Mr. Maresco?
Yes, this is standard, this is the 38th annual Cape Cod Getaway MS Bike Ride. It's gonna come through Marshfield on June 25th. And, they've already talked with the, police department. They're gonna have a lot of ham, radio operators along the route to, keep everyone on track and get them safely from point A to point B. And, they need the board to approve because they're gonna be traversing, the roads here in Marshfield.
Yeah, it looks like Officer Filer, our safety officer, has no issues. Looks like it's been done so many times. I mean, it's definitely something that pretty good to go, so. Any questions? Any questions?
No, it's a great cause, and
Yes,
it's
it
been going on
is.
for almost 40 years.
Yes, it is. So the board moves to approve the 38th annual Cape Cod Getaway MS Bike Ride through Marshfield on June 25th, 2022, pending approval from the Marshfield Police Department and Marshfield Fire Department.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Next, discussion and vote on permission to route Best Buddies Challenge through Marshfield, 6/4/2022. I assume this is very similar.
It's very similar. They're gonna be coming through Marshfield, on the 4th. The safety officer has taken a look at it, and he's made, some requests. And, just wanting the motorist and, an attachment to assist, with the traffic.
Right. Okay. I have no issues.
No issues.
No issues.
Okay.
Another good cause.
Yes, so the board moves to approve the 23rd annual Best Buddies Challenge through Marshfield on June 4th, 2022, with the following recommendations from Marshfield Police Department Safety Officer, signage, placed along the route, warning motorists to bicyclists, and police details is noted on the attachment to assist with traffic, and the Marshfield Fire Department has no issues of concern.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Next, discussion and vote on permission to hold Caring for a Cure road race for 3/2022. Mr. Maresco.
So, Mr. Chairman, this is a Care for a Cure. It's a 5K road race and walk, and what's interesting about this, they will not be traversing our roads. Instead, they will be traversing the walkways within the fairgrounds. And 100% of the proceeds benefit Mass General Hospital nurses, Bone Marrow Division, and it's all volunteered, no salary and no stipend.
Great, another great cause. It's nice to see these runs coming back, and also means that the weather is going to be improving if all these people are planning runs, so it's good.
Absolutely.
And bicycling, so I have no issues. Any
No
questions?
issues.
No, it's great. 5K, they're gonna go around in circles a lot.
Yes,
It's actually, there's a lot of.
there is a lot,
It
yes,
is big,
yes,
but you're
yeah.
still gonna go around in
Yeah,
circles.
it's definitely going to be at least a couple
You'll
times.
be able to
around.
go under the new carports that are in there, too.
Oh, yeah. Will they be there by then?
Yeah, they're already up, yeah,
Oh, they are?
yeah.
I haven't even seen them yet. So the board moves to approve the request to hold the Caring for a Cure 5K road race at the Marshfield Fairgrounds on April 3rd, 2022. MPD's safety officer has no issues with safety because the event is inside the fairgrounds.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Next, discussion and vote on request to waive permitting fees, Conservation Commission. And this is pretty standard for us. We typically, any time there's a town project, the Conservation Department would like to request the following projects filed by other departments in town, have the conservation filing fees waived. So this is a notice of intent. Town of Marshfield, Wrexham Beach, Bay Avenue, and Winslow Beach for beach and dune nourishment. And that project will be heard on the 1st tomorrow night. And then there's also the Town of Marshfield, 432 Ocean Street through 11 Wrexham Road for Region 3 coastal infrastructure repairs. And that project will also be heard on the 1st. I have no questions.
No questions.
No questions.
Anything that
There's just two other projects also. 14-162 Bay Ave, Regional 1 seawall repair, and Bryant's Lane, Middle Street, and South Street, Region 2 for the Brent Rock seawall stabilization.
Right, I just saw those. Great, thank you for that. I have still no questions, so,
No questions.
okay. Discussion and vote, hold on. The board moves to approve the request by the Conservation Department to waive the filing fees for the following town projects: Wrexham Beach, Bay Avenue, and Winslow Beach for beach and dune nourishment, 432 Ocean Street through 11 Wrexham Road for Regional 3 coastal infrastructure repairs, 14-162 Bay Avenue, Region 1 seawall repair, and Bryant's Lane, Middle Street, South Street, Region 2 Brant Rock seawall stabilization.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And the next discussion and vote on request to waive permitting fees for the fire department. Chief Simpson's requesting that the select board waive the inspection and permit fee for the diesel fuel storage at the new Marshfield Police Station. This fuel will be stored on site in order to supply the generator. This is normally a $40 fee to the fire department, and the chief wants to waive it. I have no questions.
No questions.
So, the board moves to approve the request of the Marshfield Fire Chief to waive the inspection and permit fee for diesel fuel storage at the new Marshfield Police Station.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, do we have enough signatures for the
Yes, we
February
do.
7th? Any questions or concerns about the minutes?
No.
All right, so the board moves to approve the minutes of the select board meeting held on February 7th, 2022.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So that's it. Can make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thanks, everyone.